Hello, I'm Tomas Olthuis, sales engineer for Bluestone PIM, and today I'm going to show you how to reduce product returns using PIM software. This is Bluestone PIM, and here we have an organization, an online shop in fashion. It sells jackets, jeans, sweatshirts, t-shirts. Products are onboarded, they need to be enriched. Part is already enriched. And now we need to check if the data quality is good enough to distribute it to our channels. So there won't be any incomplete or incorrect or inconsistent data on our channels. There are different ways of detecting data quality in Bluestone. One of them is our AI tool. And if you go to that AI tool, I've already rendered AI tool to analyze AI analysis tool that analyzes the products that you selected and scores and make suggestions on attributes. So I can put a reliability score, I can filter on it, so I can say only things where it's more certain of, I will include. And then you can select a product on the left here, one of the products that you've selected. You can also filter on it, search for products if you've selected a lot. And here's an example of a suggestion where it says, this charcoal cable knit in size S should be unassigned from category t-shirts and should be assigned to category sweaters. It's pretty certain about it. 10 out of 10 and 9 out of 10 based on training data. So on data that you have already said this is proven to be correct. And based on that, it learns the logic of the data. So it doesn't find gaps in the product data. So where it's M2, we have other tools for that, but it's more about the quality of the data. So if it's categorized correctly, if there are values that are not logical. So it goes one step further here. And if you agree with this one, that it should be, go there, you can say, I want to apply these fixes, and it will then apply these fixes. Another way of guarding your data quality, this is more about data quality missing, is with your dashboards. We have a dashboard where you can create widgets, and this widget is this I called core data missing. There are 11 products in it, and it's based on the completeness score of a product and validation. So also mandatory fields. We also have something called mandatory fields. If a mandatory field is not filled, then you get a validation error. You can't publish a product if it's not, if not all mandatory fields are filled. So I finished these ones, these attributes. I fixed this one, so data quality is 100% here. There are also products, for instance, this one with issues. And in this case, there is an asset with a main label missing, incomplete information about this one. So we can see here, there should be at least one asset with the label main. So I need to have a product image probably with the label main to specify it as a main image. So it's not only on the attributes, but also on the assets you can set up the completeness scores. And there's also a product description missing. So if I go to the assets, I can see there's no asset with the label. It says main. So I can assign one that does have this. So I know there is a pair of jeans here. And that has, it's not visible here, but I know it has a label. It has the label main. So if I go now to my product issues and I recalculate the score, it goes from 71% to 86% now, because this one is now green. So there's only the product description missing. And the nice thing about the product description is we can use AI again here for this one. Because sometimes product descriptions are tasks that users don't like to do. So it comes, they put it away and they forget it, and it might end up being sent to the website without a product description, which is of course not good for your sales. But also if somebody buys it, maybe they're misinformed. They didn't have the product isn't as what they expected, which might have been the case. When they had a good product description, they could make a better decision. So I select this one and I can say we have the AI enrich, and I can use it for text enrichment. I can use my own model or any model that you want, like an LLM model, Gemini or Claude, everything is possible here, or your own training model. Then you need to choose the data as an input for the AI engine to base the description on. So let's say I also want to have the brand, the clothing, the color, design, the fit, the material, the sleeve length, the total length. Let's include everything almost. You could also use a product image as an input. I won't do that for now. And I want to have the output. I want to use the product description. So I don't need the name. And I will go down to the product description, to the prompt, and here you can say generate a product description, and I can add anything I like. Use a commercial tone of voice aimed at a younger public. Include up to 3 sentences, add up to 5 key features, and output and markdown. I can now generate it, so it generates the preview before I actually use it. Okay, now produces the product description. So you can see here, everything is in there. You got a really nice product description. You can even save the template. So if you need more product descriptions, you can save this template, but I now want to generate it for this product. And this will happen on the background. And then there's a final one. So not only missing data, but also, for instance, missing translations are also important. So we also have a dashboard where the Dutch translations are missing. So we say, well, there's a translation missing for this field, for instance. And these translations, that can also be done using AI again. And there's a linguist functionality, which can do spell checking, text improvement, but also translations. You can choose your model again, and I want it to translate from English to Dutch. And here you select your input and output data again. So I only want to have the product description translated, for instance. And then I say translate text from English to Dutch. You can also say, well, don't translate the brand name, specific terms that you want to use that should not be translated. So you can make kind of a dictionary in here, and you can again save this one and as a new template, so you can reuse it again. So I can now generate the text. I acknowledge that it does this. So it now generates the preview, the translated text, the Dutch text. And I can then translate it for one product. I won't wait for it. I trust it. Now it's completed. And if I go back now to my product, to my code here, you can see here there's a Dutch translation. And at the end, there are now more products that can be ready to be published to your channels. So you can move these ones to your channels, to your website, to Amazon, for instance, whatever channel you want. You can move them there and you can publish them, and you will you have complete product data here. So you will not have that many returns in the future.